Hi, today I'm going to discuss about different ways of inserting the data from to a table. It may be with the insert into statement, or it may be with insert into statement with a limited number of columns, or we can directly provide the constants while inserting the data, or we can use variables, or we can use select statement with the different options, like from a table with the joins, from table with where clause, and all. And we can also insert the data from a view to a table, or from a stored procedure to a table, or from a table valued function to a table. And we can also use import export option, which is available in SQL Server to insert the data. So there are a number of ways to insert the data to a table. So first, let me show you the target table where I'm going to insert the data. And this is the target table where I have the number of columns as number, name, location, and insert reason. Since we are going to insert data multiple times to one table, and to differentiate when and how it was inserted to this table. So I wanted to keep that information in this insert reason table. That is the reason why I added the table column. Now let's start with first one is insert into statement. Insert into, I'm going to insert the data to a target table, and we have to specify the number of columns uh, where we are going to insert the data. These are the number of columns, and values I'll give 101 for employee number, and we as a employee, for example, name, and location would be Bangalore, and insert reason into with uh, of number of columns and values. So this is what I'm going to insert now. Let me go and see what data we have inserted to this table. So now there is only one record which is being inserted by insert into statement with the number of columns which we have provided. There is one more way where we can restrict the number of columns while inserting the data. Let me copy the same statement. So now I don't want to enter the data for location. What I'll do it here, I'll just remove the location from the insert values, and this one should be inserted into with limited number of columns. Limited number of columns and values. Okay. Let me run this. Let's go back and see the data available. See, for location there is no data available now. For remaining two columns, data is available, and the insert reason now with a limited number of columns or values. Okay, that is one thing. And one more thing is we can directly use select statement with constants. So let me check this. Insert into table, and if you know that you are going to enter the data to all the columns, then you don't need to specify this. You can directly write select statement to it. Select 101. You say comma, and the reason. Reason is insert into with static values. Okay, let me run this. Has been inserted, and go back and see the data. So insert into with the static values. We did not use values command here. We directly use select statement with some static values. This is also one more way. And another way is we can use variables also. For example, let me declare here variables at the rate number, that is integer, at the rate name, location, that is, so I have declared the variables. Now let me set the values. At the rate is equal to 101, at the rate name is equal to, at the rate location is equal to Bangalore. Variables. Okay. Now let me insert into target table, select at the rate number and at the rate name and at the rate reason, and this with the declaration, since we are using variables. One row is being inserted. Go back and see the data here. See, this is with variables, insert into with variables. Now we can insert the data from another existing table as well. For that, I have a source table here which I have created earlier and inserted just two records, 101 Ravi Bangalore and 102 Raju Hyderabad. This is the source table. Okay. Now again reuse the statement. Put into target table, select star from source table, or we can also use columns, number, and the last one would be reason. That we can directly define it here because it will vary in different statements. This one I can use statement. Okay. And setting the two rows inserted. Why? Because the source table is having two records. Let me come back here. See, these are the two new records inserted with the same reason. So this is how we insert the data from existing table. We can also use the same command with a where class, where where number is equal to 101. Okay, so it will insert only one record. Record has been inserted. Go back here and see. Only 101 insert into with select statement. Sorry, we would have changed this one with select statement, and now I am inserting the data again. Why? Because we changed the reason here. Okay, now we go back here. New statement which is inserted, insert into with the select statement and where class. This is one way of doing it. Now let's use a view function and store procedure and load the data. Okay, let me create a new query window and just create view as select star from, I'll use the source table here. Simple. A simple view has been created. Let me run it and see how the data is. Getting the data from source table again. So I'm going to use the source view data in our insert into statement. Source table will use select member name location instead of source table. Will be using the source view here. Member name location insert into with view. That is being inserted. Come back here and see two rows being inserted. Insert into using view. Okay. Now let's create a function and then use it while inserting the data. So since we are using function, we have to use table value function here. Function data, it has to return something that is not table. To use return and start from again the same source table. Okay, a new function has been created. Let's go back and see how the data is. Select good. So now we are going to use this source function data while inserting the data to a table. Use this and then same. So we can use the same list. Of view, we are going to use function here. Using function. Let's run it. Go back here and see. Now we got the data. Two rows from a function. Now let's see inserting the data with a store procedure. Okay. It proc source proc data as from again the source table. Okay. So now you can just create this procedure to add. This is how we are getting the data. Now go back here. Okay, we have to do a alteration here. Why? Because we have to add one more column. Right? Star comma reason. Into with code procedure. So I'm just going to alter this one. Now let's execute this one and see. Yeah. Now we got the reason. I think it's better to give a name here. So I'm just altering it again. Now let's column names for all. I'll go back here and inserting. Since we are loading the data from a stored procedure, we have to use exec and the procedure name. Since we have provided the reason column within the stored procedure code as well, that is easy for us. Now go back here and see how the data is being inserted from a stored procedure. set data is being inserted from a store processor. This is how we do. And there are two more ways as well to insert the data. One is by using a table variable, the other one is by using a temp table. Okay, let me create a temporary table here. Create table data, and let me create the columns here as well. Integer name is a varchar 100, and then location is season. So this is a temporary table. I'm just creating it, and table I use a select statement. Okay, which is okay. Otherwise, I will write it on my own. Insert into. I'll write Bangalore, and the reason is so this is one record I'm inserting into a temporary table. Okay, now we'll insert the data in table. I mean the target table by using select star from this temporary table. Okay, record is being inserted. Let's go and see the data. Into from temporary table is the last record which is being inserted. And next, last one is not the last one. Now just go and see how we insert the data from a table variable. There goes data table. And the structure would be same. And now I'll use same similar method. Data into table variable we're going to use, and then get table. Since we are using variable, we have to use insert into main statement directly. Okay. Table will use. Okay, we are declaring the table variable with a different number of columns, and then inserting data into other table variable, and then using the table variable while inserting the data to a target table. We have to run this entire particular batch in one shot. Let's run it. One record being inserted to temporary table variable, and then the other record, the same record is being inserted into target table. Let's go here and check. Insert into from table variable. So that is also being done. Okay. Now I'll show you one more method how to load the data from Excel to a table by using import export wizard. Since there are some data type complications between Excel and SQL Server, I'll create target table, a new table, and then load the data. There are different ways also while loading the data from Excel to a table, which is an existing table. that we can see in further classes. Okay, now let me show you. I have a sample source Excel file. This is just two columns: employee number, employee name, employee location. We'll try to insert this data to a table in SQL Server by using import export wizard. And tasks, we can identify, import data, click next. Our source would be Excel. Here is the place where we choose source. Source is Excel. We have to select in which location that Excel is. In this particular location, I have employee source. First row has column names yes. Click next. We have to choose the destination. Destination is nothing but SQL Server native client. And this is the server name, and this is the database name. So I don't need to change anything, and I'll also use Windows authentication. Click next. Copy data from one or more tables, that's fine. Go to next. Since there are many sheets, we have to select the desired sheet. In my Excel file, the sheet 1 is having the data, and the target name is going to be created freshly, so I'll give a new name. We don't need to edit mapping file because this is a new file which is going to create. Click next, next, and finish. The rules have been transferred. Let's go back here, refresh it. You see, target Excel data table has been created. So here is the data. This is one way of loading the data from Excel file to table by using import and export wizard. And there is one more way also, inserting the data to a table which you are going to create freshly while using the select statement. For example, we have a source table. It's two records. And you want to insert this particular data to one more table. What we can do, select star into, we have to give the new table name. For example, new target table. There's the new table name and from the source table. So what it does, it gets all the data from the source table and then insert into this table by creating it freshly. So go and check here. Two records created. Just refresh and look for new target table. This is the one. Okay, so two records have been created, and you can also use where class while creating the table freshly and inserting it. So what we can do, I'll just put one here and then use where number is equal to 101. Okay, it will again create one more table, new target table 1, and it will have only one record. That is nothing but 101. This is how we can insert the data in different ways. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.